With Doc realizing, again, it's only an exhibition game, it's a 41-point turnaround. They've got to be happy with that.
Yeah,
I mean,
a little bit. Yeah, that was great. Because they came out and made every shot. I didn't think we played with enough defensive intensity early on. But give them credit, they moved the ball. You know, they have great spacing, and they made every shot. And then I thought they got going, they got confident, and it was hard to turn them off. It's hard to turn a team off, and I thought eventually we finally did. But I thought it was both ends. I thought we were pretty, you know, lazy on offense. You know, we were kind of taking first options early on, wasn't moving the ball a lot, and then on defense, we were late, we were behind. There was no defensive pressure. It's funny, I thought the second group, when they came in the first time, even though, you know, they came in a game where the starters were on the floor scalding hot, and they couldn't turn them off, but I thought their energy changed the game. Even though they didn't get stops, you can just see all of a sudden the energy change, and I thought when the first group went back in, the second group kind of set the tone with their energy, and even the first half, and I thought that was big for us.
Your second unit outplayed they had 3 starters into the fourth quarter. You scored them 35-20. How impressed were you, especially Paul hitting the shots, Josh's defense, Austin's energy, things like that?
Yeah, I just thought overall all the things above, you know, Paul, Josh, and Austin offensively just playing off with each other. Wes, just no hesitation today. That was probably, it's funny, maybe my favorite thing of the night, because when he caught him, he was open, he shot it. And when he does that, he's a good shooter. I thought Austin's and Pablo's defense was fantastic, and Josh manning the basket. And then Paul Pierce was, I've seen that act before, and that was just good to see.
In regards to the bench, you know, we've talked a lot about what moving Lance to the first unit did for that group, but what did moving Wes into that second unit maybe do for
you know, I don't know, and that's something we'll evaluate, because it just seems like he's more comfortable, you know. Though, you know, it's hard to say that, because I can't say that if he had just kept playing, he'd have gotten more comfortable. So it's one of those, you know, coaching dilemmas, like, you know, but they're both been very good. The one thing Wes does do is give spacing, you know, to that second group. It allows Jamal, you know, who didn't play, in Austin, to go downhill. And by allowing them to go downhill, that creates all the other stuff. And so that was good too.
What happened to Jamal, and how serious?
I don't think it's serious, you know, but, you know, yeah, it's day to day, like us all.
Obviously, Paul Pierce was one of the greatest players in the game in his time. Do you think now, at this point in his career, he's a bit underrated?
I think he's been underrated his whole career in a strange way. I mean, I even told him when I took the job, I underrated him. I mean, I knew he was really good. I never knew he was athletic. Like, you can't, he just does nothing fast. So you don't think he is quick. You don't think he can jump. And yet he can. He just chooses not to. He didn't have to, you know. So when you coach him up close, then you see it. Like, you know, you see the stuff that he does. And you have a far more, I think the fans here will appreciate him more, especially at this age. You know, I mean, he was getting shots on 24-year-olds today, and it's just, he just knows how to score. He's a professional scorer.
Is that the most excitement you can remember from the preseason game?
That was good. I like that. Yeah, I like I just like the energy. Did you have a question?
It was kind of like that. Was that one of the best preseason games you've been a part of? But I have another
Please
question.
don't ask that.
And
I don't even know.
I know it's just the preseason, and we've talked about the bench. Was that what you envisioned, though, out there against those starters?
Yeah, I guess.
Step together?
Yeah, I just don't, you know, I don't know what I envision. I just think this group has they have firepower. I don't think you can figure out who it's going to be. You know, the other night it was Austin. Tonight it was Paul. The first night it was Josh. You know, I like that. You know, and the best scorer on the team, I didn't even mention on that group, is Jamal. So I like that part. I think their defense is going to keep getting better. You know, Austin, I think, with his point pressure has been great. You know, so we just got to keep watching. I think there's certain nights that we'll go big with Cole and Josh, you know, because of the size. I almost did it today because I thought their size destroyed us in the first half. But we just went back with the small lineup one more time.
You said something that was interesting about Paul and creating that space against guys 15 years younger than him. I think a lot of people just assume that's smarts, but you say that's athleticism?
It's all the above. First of all, he's strong as an ox. Secondly, he has great footwork. Fundamentally, he was that way though when he came in the league. But when you think about when he got drafted and the guys that went in front of him, and the reason was he was not athletic. That was one of the things. Didn't think he could keep up at the 3. And you look years later, I think everyone was wrong.
And then, have you made any decisions about the end of your bench yet? You have those 2 guys.
Yeah.
Can you share them with us?
Not yet, no, but I have. I have. I just don't need to tell you yet, but we'll release it in the next day. Tough one.
Last question.
Doc, you mentioned the size. I know you're concerned about it. And the second question is, what happened between the two coaches?
No, listen, I have a lot of respect for Terry. I just don't think he ever talked to the other team's players, and that's what I told him. Because in the first half when they were rolling and their players were jumping up, throwing towels, I sat there and took it. So when our guys got excited. I just think if you have a problem with the other team's players on the floor celebrating or whatever, you just talk to the ref and he tells them. But I don't think it's your job. And that's what I'm telling them. Maybe that way I probably should have done it better. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.